What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be looking at what will be coming to Fortnite in the first few updates of Chapter 3, as within the next week or two, we should be getting some major content updates coming to the game finally. It's been about a month since Chapter 3 has released, so some of the newness of this chapter is worn off, and people are definitely looking for new content to be added to the game, and it seems like a lot of these updates are going to be coming in the very near future. If you guys do enjoy this video or find it helpful, informative, whatever, please do remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what part of these updates you're looking forward to most. Mine has to be Tilted Towers, and hopefully maybe some weapon balancing changes will be coming in the near future as well. Also, I stream every day on Twitch. It will be linked down in the description below, and the gameplay that you will be seeing in the background is going to be from my Twitch streams. So like I already said, we have a lot of new content coming to Chapter 3 in the very near future. As of right now, we're unsure how all of these updates are going to pan out. We know for sure that Tilted should be returning on January 18th, as the snow has been melting day by day, and once it passes Tilted, that would be around the 18th, and the 4-year anniversary of Tilted Towers release is also on the 18th. So it kind of makes the most sense for one of the first major updates of Chapter 3, which releases Tilted Towers, to happen on January 18th. But it also seems like there might be somewhat of a mini update coming this Tuesday. And that's what we're going to talk about first. This mini update will likely be bringing the weather. If you guys paid attention to the Chapter 3 trailer, there was weather shown, and that will be releasing to Fortnite. So we're going to be getting some tornadoes and lightning storms coming to the game. As of right now, we don't really know how this is going to affect the gameplay, but I'm kind of scared to see how this pans out. I could definitely imagine the lightning strikes lighting things on fire, and that's always a joy to deal with in game. And then the tornadoes as well will likely impact your fights in a lot of ways. Interested to see also if this comes to Arena, but I do not think the weather will be coming to Arena. I think this will be mainly a pub thing, so at least there's that. Also, the flare gun is potentially returning on Tuesday as well. If you guys don't remember the flare gun from Chapter 2, it's a weapon that does damage on impact, and then it also lights surrounding structures on fire. So it seems like if the lightning lights things on fire and the flare gun lights things on fire as well, it seems like fire is going to be way more prevalent in Chapter 3 after this upcoming update. And then also, we're not sure if Buttercake will be releasing on this Tuesday update or later down the line on January 18th. If you guys are unaware, Buttercake was this purple dinosaur thing that was shown in the Chapter 3 trailer, I believe. And they will have a consumable that spawns around him called Buttercake Berry. We don't really know what it will do next, or as of right now, but it'll drop in stacks of 1, and you can only carry up to 2 at a time, or 2 in 1 inventory slot. So it seems like this will be somewhat of a powerful healing item, and it will be available in the fruit baskets or the vegetable containers, whatever you want to call them, that spawn around the map. You will be able to find this in there as well. So the Buttercake Berry will be a new vegetable item coming to the game. And if you do eliminate Buttercake, he will drop a rare meat that will give you 50 HP, which is going to be more than the basic meat. So this dinosaur will likely either be coming on the Tuesday content update or January 18th. On one of those days, this will likely be released to the game. And so that's what we're expecting on Tuesday's mini update. It's also possible we might see some weapon balance changes then, but we're unsure. So I'm just going to talk about those later on. And on the January 18th, we will likely be getting Tilted Towers returning. As I already said, that is the 4-year anniversary of Tilted Towers' initial release. So it makes the most sense for it to release then. As of right now, we also do not know if there will be any changes to Tilted, or if it will be identical to what it was in Chapter 1. But I would expect some minor changes to the Tilted Towers, some buildings to have somewhat different layouts. If it's exactly identical, I would be surprised, even though that is personally what I would prefer and what a lot of Fortnite players would prefer. I just don't see Epic not changing something. Usually they change a little bit when it comes to releasing these old POIs and making them feel a little bit more modern. Also, the new Cave POI and Mythic SMG will be coming likely on that update as well. If you guys do not know, the IO has been drilling through the map, and each and every day more IO drillers appear. There's one near Greasy Grove towards the desert, and then there's also one near Logjam, if you go from Logjam to Sleepy, and the IO guards are there, and they have drilled through the map. So there's going to be a new cave POI added to the map somewhere. We don't really know where this POI is going to be as of right now, but I would expect it to be somewhere in the desert. That just makes the most sense to me personally. That's what I predict. It kind of seems the most fitting for a cave POI to be in the desert, and I feel like the desert also has the most vast open space where there's nothing really going on over there. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if the cave POI is somewhere in the desert, but that's just an assumption from me. And then we will also be getting the Mythic SMG in that POI. So that will be an IO controlled POI, and there will be a boss character there holding the Mythic submachine gun. If you guys have played in Chapter 3 so far, you know the 7 sentries are not aggro on you. So if you go to Sanctuary or any of the 7 vaults, they're not aggro on you unless you fight them. But if you go to any of the IO drillers that have spawned around the map, the IO actually will attack you on site. So I expect this cave POI to have IO guards that are hostile from the start, and the boss character there who holds the mythic SMG will likely be hostile from the start, and you will not be able just to walk around and loot peacefully. This is kind of disappointing. I was hoping that when this chapter started and the 7 were neutral, that just kind of would be how the AI are going forward, but it seems like the 7 are neutral to us because they're the good guys, and then the IO are the bad guys, so they will always be hostile to us. So expect it to play out a lot more like the AI locations did in Chapter 2. Also, the grenade launcher will be returning for some reason. I do not know why the grenade launcher is returning, but the grenade launcher will be returning to the game in this update as well, most likely. So we have that to look forward to. Seems like a lot more explosive spam is going to be taking place with the flare gun, the grenade launcher. Clingers were unvaulted recently. I'm not a huge fan of explosive spam. Whenever explosives kind of take over Fortnite, it's never really a fun time, but it seems like that is something that they want to do going forward. So expect more explosive spam coming later down the line in Chapter 3. And then the next thing I wanted to talk about, this isn't confirmed or anything, but I would be very surprised if we didn't see some balance changes with this update, as the meta in Chapter 3 is something that not a lot of people like, and this is a somewhat controversial thing to talk about because the casual players are happy that the meta is bad, and then the people who are like more serious players do not like the meta because it isn't good for gameplay. Personally, what I would like to see is the spray weapons nerfed and maybe the shotguns buffed a little bit. I can be okay with the shotguns not being insanely overpowered. Like, not hitting 200s I feel like is okay because a lot of players would just get bail out like 200 damage with the spaz. So I don't think we need shotguns to be that good, but I feel like the power level of shotguns compared to the spray weapons is just really out of whack. The difficulty and skill it takes to use a shotgun compared to the spray weapons is obviously, like, it takes more skill to use the shotguns, right? So I would like to see the shotguns at least brought to a slightly higher power level than what the spray weapons are, or the spray weapons brought down. I think the spray weapons should definitely be brought down. I'm not in favor of like the super fast TTK that we have now. So I would like the Stinger submachine gun to be nerfed and the MK7 to maybe be nerfed. It's pretty overpowered. It's something that we haven't really seen in Fortnite, and it's definitely changed how the game is played. I like that it's first person, but I think it needs to have more recoil and maybe a little bit less damage or something, because you could just fry people and you don't even really have to play Fortnite with this gun. If you catch somebody off guard and you like are able to line up good shots on them, you can melt them very quickly. It also makes disengaging from fights really difficult, because if you try to launch pad away or Spider-Man away, that person with the MK can just continue to spray at you forever. And it also makes third parties more problematic because more and more people are just MKing you from across the map with really no penalty for doing so. When we had normal ARs that had bloom in them, people wouldn't really play like this. But since the MK is 100% accurate, there's not very much damage drop off. There's no need to lead bullets or anything. It just leads to a lot of people just spraying across the map and trying to third-party fights, and I feel like it really is not fun to play against that. And even doing that, sure, you get some cheap kills, but it really isn't that satisfying, and it isn't that rewarding. And that's how I kind of feel about the spray weapons in general. The game is just overall less fun with the spray weapons as they are right now. When you pump somebody good with a shotgun and hit a nice shot that gives you good damage and you kill them, it feels good and it's really like satisfying and rewarding. But just like bloom fighting somebody or spraying somebody while they're spraying you and then you just like 0 to 200 each other, it's really not that satisfying. It's really not that fun. It's not that skillful. It's not that rewarding. So I think that's why a lot of players are unhappy with the current meta in the game, and hopefully that will be addressed in the coming updates. Some other weapons that have been rumored to come to the game that we haven't really heard about with this update are the heavy shotgun and the mini Uzi. Those guns have been rumored to come to the game sometime in Chapter 3, so it wouldn't surprise me if we saw either of those weapons release in this update as well. But that's going to be it for this video. Just wanted to quickly go over what changes we're likely going to see in these first few updates of Chapter 3, as we actually have a lot of content coming to the game, and hopefully it makes the game a lot more fun. If you guys did enjoy this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more, come to my stream on Twitch, ask me any questions about the game or whatever, and I will see you guys another time. Thanks for watching.